Hello and morning. Okay, so my name is Irfan Amal and from Tesla 2. So I'm going to present about social mobility from the subject Sociology, EDUP 3143I. This slide prepared by me. So let's start. So what is social mobility? Social mobility refers to the ability of individuals or groups to move within or between social strata or socio-economic levels within a society over time. It signifies upward or downward movement in terms of wealth, income, education, occupation, or social status compared to one parents or the previous generation. So for example, I could take if someone is from that or the grandparents don't have a higher level of education. So I'm talking about educational level. If the grandparents don't have a higher education level, maybe they don't even have education at all. So maybe the grandson or maybe the son have a degree, have a master or a PhD. So it shows that the social status or the social mobility, it rise from the low to the up. This it can also goes both way, or maybe the grandparent is somehow smart, have a PhD, but the son don't have anything, or maybe only an SPM certificate. So it goes downward. It can also in terms of we can also talk about this in terms of well maybe this someone is from a poor background, they don't have anything, they don't have money at all, and then somehow they got rich, and then their social mobility increase in terms of they increase uh this shows that it goes upward uh because they became richer. And also in terms of income, maybe if someone that has low income suddenly got a big income, so it shows social mobility, the social status of he, she, or maybe the whole family has increased from the parents or the previous generation. Okay, what are the factors that affect social mobility? Uh, First and foremost, family background and socio-economic status. Individual that born with a higher socio-economic status often have access to better educational opportunities, healthcare, and networks, providing them with advantages in achieving upward mobility. Yeah. So if someone is rich, I'm talking about maybe someone from the T20 compared to the B40. The T20 may be able to enter whatever university that they want. Uh, some maybe they could enter. They can even go overseas. Uh, but it's self-sponsored because why? Because they have money compared to B40. B40 may have to enter may ha may have to enter a cheaper or maybe a more cost efficient study place. Okay. Secondly, education. Uh, Quality education and access to educational resource significantly impact social mobility. High level of education tend to correlate with better job opportunities, higher income level, and increased social mobility. Someone is that have higher education, they tend to get even better paycheck. They can get even better income from their boss, because if you compare, if someone that only have a SPM certificate compared to someone that have a PhD, this will of course someone with the PhD is uh will have a high income Thirdly is geographic mobility and urbanization. Mobility between regions or rural urban migration can impact social mobility by exposing individuals to different opportunities, resources, and network. Urban areas often offer greater employment prospect and access to service, fostering mobility. Yes, if you can see that someone that is from the rural area and someone that lives in the city, you see that someone that lives in the city can have a better educational, they can have better income, maybe because someone from the rural is hard to get a job. Maybe it's hard to get a job. They have less of when they are studying, they don't have internet. It's hard for them to study. Compared this, what affect the geographic mobility, the urbanization, whether you live in a rural area or maybe you live in the city, this all affect the social mobility. Discrimination and social exclusion. Okay, discrimination based on factors such as race, ethnicity, gender, religion, or disability can restrict opportunities for certain groups, perpetuating inequalities and hindering social mobility. So other than that is occupational structure and labor market conditions. Open labor market condition, it depends on the structure of the labor market, including the availability of the job, wage differential, and opportunities for career advancement plays a crucial role in determining social mobility. For example, someone who take mass communication, or someone that take TESOL, if you compare two of them, which may have a greater job opportunity, it depends on the market. Maybe the TESOL market is quite lower because there aren't too many people that have taken those subjects, so they are very in need of someone that has the capability or the expertise in TESOL subject. Compared in mass communication, which is a wide subject that everyone had took, or maybe at least many people took. So of course, someone that had taken the mass communication, it's hard for them to find a job. Maybe but in terms, or it depends on the subject that you took, or there are many factors. Wealth and income inequality. Okay. High level of wealth and income inequality can create barrier of social mobility by concentrating resources and opportunity. A more privileged few while limiting for others. Okay, like I said before, someone is from the rich, it's hard for them to, it's easy for them to enter whatever or just get whatever education that they want, compared to someone that is from a low income family. It's hard for them to even get a tuition. For example, both of them got an exam, but one can afford tuition, but one cannot afford tuition. This impact on how well really create opportunities for a better educational level. Social network and connection. Social network and connection plays a huge role, because if someone is hard to enter some place, but they have the connection or they have someone powerful backing them, this will of course make them easier to join anything, to get employment, to get education, to get advancement. This all have impact on which can create a better social mobility. Individual with extensive social capital may have an advantage in accessing resources and navigating social systems. Cultural and social factors. Okay. Cultural attitudes, norm, and belief regarding meritocracy, social mobility, and success can shape individual aspiration and behavior, impacting mobility outcomes. These are the factors that affect social mobility. Other than that, the implementation of educational transformation. For the first and foremost is policy formulating and planning. As you know that implementation educational transformation involves a multifaceted process of reforming policies, practices, and systems within the education sector to achieve a specific goal, such as enhancing learning outcomes, promoting inclusivity, and preparing students for the challenges of the 21st centuries. Okay, these are the key aspects, like policy formulation and planning. Educational transformation typically begins with formulation of comprehensive policies and strategic plans that outline the vision, goals, and priority to reform. This involves conducting research, engaging stakeholders, and setting targets for improvement. What do I mean by stakeholder? Stakeholder are the person that are in charge, that have a stake, that have invest, or maybe as we talk about the educational sector, the education sector. So it is of course that one of the stakeholder is the parents. The parents is very much involved in planning the educational transformation, to outline the vision and the goal which is suitable for the children. Okay. Curriculum development and revision. As we talk about this in the next point. Okay, what is curriculum? Curriculum is something that we learn at school. So we want to develop them. Revising and updating the curriculum to ensure alignment is aligned with the contemporary educational objective. As you know, the objective of the learning, the government will constantly change them. It will always improve over time. So skill, it also improve on the skill requirement and social needs, as it is a fundamental aspect of educational transformation. This may involve integrating new subjects, emphasizing critical thinking and problem-solving skills, and incorporating technology-enhanced learning approaches. So it can improve. There are many things to improve if you want to improve on the curriculum development. So such as you could engage the student in problem-solving skill, incorporating technology, enhanced learning approaches. As you know that we in these days are constantly using technologies. We're using smartphone, we're using tablet, we are using presentation PowerPoint. So we are constantly using them. So after that, let's talk about the teacher training and professional development. Enhancing the capacity of teachers through training programs, workshop, and professional development initiative is essential for successful educational transformation. This may include training teachers in innovative pedagogical approaches, technology integration, and cultural sensitivity. As teacher will constantly need training. It's not this usually apply especially to the newbie teacher. They need training, especially they are in the start, they are very new, they need experience, so they need guidance, they need development, they need training, especially for the new teachers. So this will improve on the education sector. Infrastructure development and resource allocation. Educate infrastructure, including classroom, laboratories, libraries, and ICT facilities is crucial for effective teaching and learning. Education transformation often involve investment in infrastructure development and equitable allocation of resources to ensure access for all students regardless of their background. So improvement is always seen in terms of infrastructure. As a school, they may be outdated with all their gears and all of their equipment. So the government need to improve on them. They need to give new gears. They need to give new equipment for the teachers, so they can use them. They can use in their teaching and learning session to make sure an even better learning process can happen. Moreover, assessment and evaluation mechanism. This can ensure educational transformation because it is essential for monitoring progress, identifying areas referring areas for improvement. It can also develop standardized tests, conducting regular evaluation of teaching practices, and collecting data on student performance. Promoting inclusivity, education, and equity within educational system is a core principle of educational transformation. This may involve implementing policies to address disparity between gender, ethnicity, socio-economic status, and disability, as well as providing support services for marginalized group, and community participation. The teachers, the parents, the community itself is critical to garner support to sustain educational transformation initiative. This may involve the parents and the teacher association, the forming advisory committees, and fostering partnership with local organization. Continuous improvement and adaptation is the last point. Educational transformation is an ongoing process that requires continuous monitoring of the teachers and evaluation from the teachers, because it always changing and the student need guidance. This may involve in revisiting policies, refining strategies that had been done, or introducing innovative practices to address emerging challenges and opportunities. Okay, so these are the implementation of education transformation in Malaysia in increasing social mobility. These are the points. First and foremost, expansion of access to education. As you know that Malaysia have been a significant endeavor aimed at enhancing social mobility by providing greater education or equitable access to education and opportunity in terms of all segments of society. Here's an overview. The expansion of access to education. So Malaysia have made significant strides in expanding access to education, particularly at primary and secondary level. Initiatives such as the EFA policy, educational for all policies, and the provision of free primary and secondary education have helped to reduce barrier to entry, especially for marginalized community in rural areas and low-income family. So education for all. What can we know about this is it's for all. Someone is for the rich, for the poor. Everyone should have equal education and improvement in educational quality. Educational reform have focused on improving the quality of education across the board. Effort to enhance teacher training, curriculum, and infrastructure provision have resulted in improvement in educational qualities. It also equal to even better learning outcomes, increased opportunity for the learners, especially for the B40 to acquire the skill that they need to get employed or higher education or to get higher education. And equitable distribution of resources. Educational transformation initiative have aimed to address disparity in resource allocation among schools, especially those in the rural area and remote area. The provision of additional funding, incentive for teachers, and development of teacher digital infrastructure have helped to the level playing field and reduce inequalities in educational opportunities. Emphasizing on promotion of lifelong learning. Lifelong learning is something that you do. Things that you gain is for lifelong. So the government have emphasized on the importance of lifelong learning to the student and skill development in enhancing social mobility. Efforts to promote continuous education and training opportunities for individuals throughout their life. The government had done a very great job, and for them to adapt, for the young ones to adapt to the changing economic condition and pursue their career trajectories. Lifelong learning, you use them in your life for lifelong, for eternity. And inclusion and diversity. Malaysia education transformation agenda has prioritized inclusivity and diversity for a long time, recognizing the importance of catering the needs of students from diverse ethnicity, whether you are Chinese, you are Malay, you are Indian, everyone have the Malaysia government had done to ensure proper education for all races, for all equal, just so everyone get equal education. And efforts to promote multiculturalism, tolerance, and understanding in school have helped foster social cohesion and reduce the social barrier in mobility. Emphasis on technical and vocational education. Malaysia have recognized the importance of technical and vocational. Vocational such as the TVET, the TVET school, the vocational school. Malaysia had many of them around the country, so it has recognized how important it is. So it also gave experience, not only academic level, but also hands-on experience to them to learn, to improve their employability rate. Whether, especially students from the diverse background, everyone can enter the TVET, the vocational university. And last but not least is monitoring and evaluation. Malaysia had done robust monitoring and evaluation mechanism to track the progress of students and effectiveness of the teaching and learning, the student quality, the school quality, the curriculum, to ensure that the full growth of student, the full potential of student, it can always be increased, that can always be improved. So it is crucial because the market demands between skill and labor is crucial, that all Malaysians have equal opportunity. So everyone have equal opportunity in their employability rate. So it's important for them to, it's important for the government to monitor and evaluate how the school, the student performance, the curriculum, every part of the education sector. So Malaysia had done an amazing job in terms of education transformation, in increasing social mobility, but there are always room to improve, and Malaysia will always get better over time. Okay, so that is all from me. Thank you.